Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Izna is back with a metronome. I'm so excited to see what they're up to, so let's go ahead and get started. Ooh. Dramatic from the very beginning, which I love. Good use of, like, silence. Oh, I loved that transition. That was so pretty. Pretty. Ooh. Oh. Yes. I love that. Ooh. Ooh. All of the metronome, like lyrics are so good. We're gonna have to talk about them. Oh, I love this. Ooh. And the bass line is so fun. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that was cool. Ooh, I love that. Ooh. Yeah, nice. Oh, the outfit changes. Ooh. So interesting. Okay. I'm obsessed. This was so good. I really enjoyed this track so incredibly much. There was so much use of interesting silence, adding and ramping up instrumental parts. It was so good. The very beginning, I loved that use of silence. Like I said, the transition before the start of the song was so nice. At verse 1, it was so pretty. Oh, it was pretty. Like, just their voices were beautiful. I really liked the ramping up in the tempo. And I loved the lyrics here, trying to find myself in a steady rhythm, and everything kept ramping up before we got to the chorus, and I loved the chorus. I thought it was so smart to have that kind of modified high voice, and then the chorus had like two separate parts to it, right? It has that beginning part with the higher voice, and then the music takes control. It got me moving like a metronome. I loved that. I love that feeling. It was such a good, like, transitional part before going into the verse. And the verse the second time had the same chordal structure in in the instrumental. But what was interesting is in that first verse, it was very, very quiet. We had like this, oh, how do I want to put it? It was a synthesizer. It had like a low kind of steady sound to it, but it really wasn't doing much. It was mostly focused on the vocal in that one. But in the second verse, we have much more instrumentation with that chordal structure, but it's moving a little faster as well, which I thought was a really good change up. So it's kind of like within this song, because, you know, you're talking about metronome, you're talking about the music, everything, right? It feels like everything is increasing in speed, but it's really not, because it's steady with the metronome, which I absolutely loved how that was put together. Pre-chorus and chorus, again, after the second verse, were just so incredibly good. I love, again, how it kind of ramps up and gets you ready. And then you, in the chorus, it really has that kind of desired effect with the higher voice and kind of pulling away. I love that aspect. And I love how we have a pause in this time before we go into the second part of the chorus, before the music takes control, and adding a lot more instrumentation this time before we go into the bridge. And it's kind of like in the bridge, it was getting us prepared for that dance break, which I really, really loved how they did that, dancing in the spotlight. I love the dance break before going back into the chorus one more time for the ending. So incredibly good. I feel like there was so much happening within this song. I'm definitely going to have to listen to this a lot just to kind of take everything that was going on, because there were so many cool things happening just lyrically. If we go back, and I'll kind of try to like fast forward it. I don't want to do everything, but I do want to talk about it a little bit, because it makes me think of so many like, oh, how do we say, like music analogies or sayings with that. So I want to talk about those a little bit. So let me go back and do that so we can talk about it. The blue sky sways like waves. Close my eyes and take a deep dive. The world flips upside down. And I love how they had that imagery of it feeling like it was upside down. Got my head in the cloud. It's too loud down below. Let the noise just fade away. Want to let go, feel the tempo, trying to find myself in this steady rhythm. So again, as this is going, it's slowly building, right? Out of sync in the chaos, and the BPM hits loud and clear, moving side to side like a metronome. It got me moving side to side like a metronome. And I loved the choreography here because it was so metronome-esque, right? There were parts that looked like a metronome. It looked like we were seeing music in real time, which I thought was so incredibly good. And then we have the music takes control, got me moving like a metronome. So, and what I really liked was in the, like I said, in the choreography, everything like felt like a metronome, right? There was this one part where, you know, in the music takes control, they have their hands above their head and it's like over to the side, right? And so it feels like metronome, because the metronome, you know, of course, swings back and forth, right? They did things with their legs, like swinging back and forth. It just looks so incredibly like good. And it really makes you feel like, oh, the music has taken control of the girls kind of feeling. As it goes on, my pulse is beating steady to the up-tempo beats of this music. So again, talking about the music of the metronome. Already way beyond the limits. Got me losing my breath to the music in my heart. Let it spin again and again. And as the song continues, it just keeps having this connection back to the metronome, which I really, really love. I love how they had this inspiration with the metronome, and you can clearly not only hear that, but you can see it, and you can also dissect it when you like go back and you think about the lyrics. So I really, really love this. I thought this was such a great song. I can't wait to see the performance MV or like a live performance, because I can just tell that it's going to be so incredibly amazing. So tell me what your guys' thoughts are on this. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part of the song or the MV? A really tough choice for me, but I really loved the beginning. I thought the beginning was so beautiful. I love how it really set up everything so that when you go to like the rest of the song, you have a clear distinction between like the quiet parts versus the loud parts. And I really loved just the way that the movement happened within that first, like the introduction and the first verse before getting into that pre-chorus and chorus. So I really loved that aspect of it, but I'm curious about yours. So tell me it down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.